Chapter 63-99. Charlie was overjoyed after confirming that the growth of spiritual energy was not his illusion. He said to Maria, "It seems that this set of hand seals is a kind of practice method specially used for cultivation. When I gather the spiritual energy in my body on my hands and make hand seals, the hand seals will generate additional spiritual energy for me. Perhaps this is like a formation. A formation that can make spiritual energy produce more spiritual energy." Although Maria did not understand cultivation, she had lived for so many years after all, and was very clear about many things in cultivation. When she heard him say this, her first thought was to say, "Young master, if you master this set of hand seals, wouldn't it be equivalent to eradicating the biggest drawback of the Dharma ending age?" Charlie nodded and said excitedly, "Whoever masters this set of hand seals is equivalent to finding a way to overcome the Dharma ending age. The Dharma ending age is like the entire industrial society suddenly losing its power supply. People cannot get electricity to produce, and industrial development will naturally stagnate. If in the Dharma ending age, a method of continuously generating spiritual energy is found, it is equivalent to finding a solar generator in the industrial world, where no one else has a power supply. This is indeed very significant. Since he got the 9 mysterious heavenly scripture, Charlie has only absorbed spiritual energy from 2 things. One is a spiritual stone, and the other is an elixir. Before the end of the Dharma age, cultivators could directly extract and absorb spiritual energy between heaven and earth from the air when they practiced. But when the end of the Dharma age came, when spiritual energy no longer existed naturally between heaven and earth, this most fundamental way of practice became a thing of the past. This brought great difficulties to practice, because most cultivators could not find the source of spiritual energy at all. Spiritual stone is a product of the period before the end of the Dharma age, when spiritual energy between heaven and earth was abundant and spiritual veins were sufficient. After the long end of the Dharma age, all cultivators tried their best to find and collect spiritual stones. So spiritual stones are now extremely rare. As for elixir, although it is not as rare as a spiritual stone, it is not a resource that ordinary cultivators can master. If you want to refine an elixir that truly has spiritual energy, you need the corresponding elixir recipe. You need to prepare the medicinal materials according to the elixir recipe. You need the elixir formula, and you need the elixir furnace. For most cultivators, any of these things is as difficult as ascending to heaven. Even though Charlie had all these things, he still felt that if he only relied on elixirs to replenish his spiritual energy, he would feel like he was eating up all the money he had. It was like having a fortune but not having a fixed cash flow. He had a lot of money, but every penny he spent was a penny less. But now this set of hand seals solved this most serious problem for him at once. Although the spiritual energy can only increase a tiny bit with each set of hand seals, this thing is like a kowtow machine on the vast oil fields in Nigeria. As long as this thing is turned, there will be a steady stream of income. Although one seal can only increase a little bit, the advantage is that there is no cost to make a hand seal. And as long as you have free time, you can continue to meditate and seal. In other words, it is nothing more than turning the breathing of the previous cultivators into seals. Charlie was extremely excited at this time. He couldn't wait to return to the holiday home with Maria and then said to Maria, "Miss Lin, you choose a room and rest early. I will meditate in the living room at night. I think making seals all night can increase spiritual energy.